I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in the... I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be
Nobody talks about
It's the big secret.
Prozac?
No. Stop.
Prescription
Didn't work. The Prozac didn't work.
Are you a good mother?
Yes, I'm an excellent mother.
Ever do in front of your child?
Recently, Corey Feldman has been outspoken about the ways Hollywood can exploit young talents with the help of their handlers. Over the past few months, numerous revelations have shed light on various aspects of Hollywood, including the misconduct of the elite and the exploitation of individuals, highlighted by a controversial film. As the industry's darker side becomes more exposed, additional revelations continue to emerge.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in the...
Women in the entertainment industry have been sharing their experiences, revealing the unsettling realities behind Hollywood's glitz and glamour. However, not all these experiences and claims receive the seriousness they deserve, as exemplified by Corey Feldman's case. Despite his efforts to speak out about the A&E he faced in the industry, Feldman's claims often went unheard or were not taken seriously. Nevertheless, he persevered and found a way to reveal the truth about his experiences.
There's a guy since I was 11 years old. He was part of the science fiction awards or whatever it was called, the Saturn Awards.
He was your agent?
He was not my...
Many aspiring actors see Hollywood as the pinnacle of their dreams, but the reality of the industry has been coming to light in recent months. Numerous celebrities have shared disturbing details about their experiences, exposing the darker side of Hollywood. These revelations have sparked discussions and, in some cases, backlash from the public.
Literally just like a stalker, hanger-on dude that basically got into my life because he worked for the Saturn Awards and was trying to give me an award. So he called...
Corey Feldman's claims about his experiences in Hollywood have not received the attention they deserve. He entered the industry as a child actor and gained fame for his role in the 1985 film The Goonies. Unfortunately, like many young actors, Corey faced inappropriate behavior from individuals within the industry and from his own family. These experiences highlight the darker aspects of Hollywood that young actors may face.
Goonies, I started to lose a little bit of it, and then by Stand By Me is where I came into my...
Were you already doing coke on Stand By Me?
No.
Corey Feldman began his acting career at the tender age of 3. At such a young age, a child cannot provide informed consent or fully understand the implications of entering the entertainment industry. The responsibility often falls on the parents, and it is evident that Corey's mother was aware of the potential financial gains associated with her child's career. This early start in the industry profoundly shaped Corey's life, as he went on to face the challenges and darker aspects of Hollywood.
Doing it with somebody on the set of The Lost Boys.
Okay.
This hot little Asian woman who I was sitting there one night because I was falling asleep and I was depressed.
During Corey Feldman's career peak, he likely earned a substantial amount of money. However, Corey has alleged that his mother exploited his earnings, a common issue faced by many child stars in the entertainment industry. In response to these challenges and the need to protect their earnings, some child stars, like Corey, have taken legal steps to emancipate themselves from their parents' control. These actions have contributed to improving working conditions for child actors, as the industry has become more sensitive to the rights and well-being of young performers.
A little frustrated, how am I going to do this? How am I going to stay up all night? And this little Asian lady comes up to me and she's like, hey, you should just do what your mom does to stay awake. And I was like, what's that? And she's like,
in the 1980s, there was less awareness and knowledge among actors, especially young ones, about how to protect themselves from potential aniline Hollywood. Corey Feldman's experiences during that era served as a cautionary tale for future generations of actors entering the industry. His story highlights the importance of safeguarding young talents and ensuring their well-being in an environment that can often be
you get to those ages, all of a sudden they start treating you more like you're an adult, right? And the work code still applies.
In 2013, Corey Feldman took a courageous step by releasing a memoir in which he detailed the mistreatment he and his co-star Corey Haim endured at the hands of powerful men in Hollywood. According to Feldman, these occurred when they were just 11 to 13 years old. His revelations shed light on behavior within the industry and the vulnerability of young actors, sparking conversations about the need for greater protections and accountability in Hollywood.
It's so easy and harmless, I might as well. If my mom's doing it, how bad could it be?
Corey Feldman's revelations about the A&E he faced during his career, particularly during his childhood years, were not limited to his experiences in Hollywood. He also shared that his struggles with substance A in later life were, in part, a result of the trauma he endured during those difficult years.
Did it, we had fun. It was like, we were talking, we were sitting in this girl's apartment. She takes me out driving. She taught me how to drive a stick shift, high on cocaine time.
And during one of his interviews, he said, Corey Feldman's decision to speak out and potentially reveal the names of those who harmed him and Corey Haim underscores the ongoing issues of mistreatment in the entertainment industry, particularly concerning child actors. Similar to Brooke Shields, who faced challenges and exploitation at a young age, Feldman's revelations highlight the urgent need for increased awareness and protection for child actors. By shedding light on these, Feldman has sparked crucial conversations that could lead to significant changes in how the industry addresses and prevents the mistreatment of its youngest members, ensuring their well-being and safety.
You're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff.
Corey Feldman has been vocal about alleged dark activities within Hollywood from the outset. However, as he became increasingly outspoken, certain individuals within the industry began to suppress his voice, hindering him from further disclosure. One notable individual who attempted to silence him was Barbara Walters.
You do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying?
Yes.
Barbara Walters, renowned for her probing interviews, might have pushed the boundaries in a recently unearthed video clip from an October 2013 episode of The View. During the segment, the seasoned media personality delved into the sensitive topic of Corey Feldman's past experiences. Feldman had appeared on the show to discuss his memoir, Choreography.
Saying in your book, when you talk to when you talk to
And they don't
parents,
want me here right now. Trust
Corey.
me.
He further went on saying, they would throw these parties where you'd walk in, and it would be mostly kids, and there would be a handful of adult men. They would also be at the film awards and children's charity functions. Many observers remarked that Barbara Walters appeared to prioritize Hollywood's reputation over Corey Feldman's allegations of childhood SA during her interview with him.
An entire industry.
I'm sorry,
wanna
I'm
clear
not
up.
trying
You said
to.
that-
I'm just trying to say that it's a very important, serious.
The video clip began to gain significant online attention in the midst of the increasing wave of mistreatment allegations against prominent figures in Hollywood, including film producer Harvey Weinstein. Other actors were also sharing their experiences of SA in the industry. Numerous social media users rallied behind Corey Feldman's allegations, with many noting that his story was one of the earliest to come to mind when the New York Times and the New Yorker published damning reports about Weinstein. One person among internet users wrote, Barbara Walters cared more about protecting Hollywood elites than going after the Ps. Another one added, Barbara Walters was great. Then she downplayed Hollywood Ps in the Corey Feldman interview. She had been bought for years by the elites. The social media community began demanding an apology from Barbara Walters due to the resurfaced video in which Corey Feldman discussed the mistreatment of children in Hollywood. This incident marked just one instance where Walters faced public scrutiny for her interviewing techniques. The veteran ABC host had faced previous criticism for seemingly favoring powerful figures within the Hollywood industry.
Prozac?
No. Stop.
Prescription drugs?
Didn't work. The Prozac didn't work.
Are you a good mother?
Yes, I'm an excellent mother.
Ever do drugs in front of your child?
My God.
Barbara Walters, recognized for her tenacity as an interviewer, drew criticism in 2000 when she repeatedly questioned Ricky Martin about his SO, an experience that made the singer feel violated. In a 2000 interview, the renowned journalist persistently questioned pop star Ricky Martin about persistent rumors regarding his SO. At that time, Martin was enjoying the peak of his fame following the success of his hit song Livin' La Vida Loca and consistently denied the rumors, despite Walters' insistence on probing the topic. However, the fact Barbara always showed her authority to the actors and stopped Corey for talking truth about the industry directly links her to one of the handlers who have been involved in such dark activities. Barbara Walters is currently entangled in several conspiracy theories, with recent developments suggesting a more serious implication for her. And now Dolly Parton has entered the narrative, shedding light on her perspective and accusing Barbara of engaging in questionable activities as a handler. So let's get started to know how Barbara is allegedly handling this industry. Dolly Parton is undeniably a national treasure, celebrated for her saintly demeanor and remarkable generosity in contributing to charitable causes. Few individuals can match the authenticity of this country singer, who has consistently embraced her true self. Despite occasional attempts to discredit the iconic 9 to 5 inches singer or downplay her achievements, Parton effortlessly asserts herself with Southern charm, a gracious smile, and a timeless sense of class that outshines those who attempt to undermine her.
And I stumbled to the kitchen for myself a cup of ambition.
A notable instance of this dynamic unfolded on national television when Barbara Walters, renowned for her incisive interviews and penchant for posing tough questions to celebrities, attempted a take-no-prisoners approach with Dolly Parton. Contrary to Walters' expectations, this strategy backfired, as Parton defied the stereotype of an ill-educated individual from the Tennessee mountains, which Walters seemed to assume. Parton not only displayed eloquence, but also remained unfazed by the probing questions posed by Walters. The outcome of this encounter further endeared Parton to the viewing audience, solidifying her charm and resilience in the face of challenging interviews.
Billy's, am I thinking of your kind of people?
I think you probably are. The people that grew up where I was were the ones that you would consider the little Abner people.
In 1977, Dolly Parton had already solidified her status as a bona fide country star, boasting a discography of nearly 19 studio albums, multiple awards, and a rigorous touring schedule to promote her music. As she geared up to release her 20th album, Here You Come Again, Parton's team saw an opportunity for national exposure to introduce her to a broader demographic and boost album sales. This led to her scheduled interview with Barbara Walters. Walters, known for her assertive reporting style, initially adhered to her trademark approach. However, the outcome of the interview surprised viewers, revealing the beautiful, kind, funny, and genuine persona of Dolly Parton. The exposure from this interview, coupled with Parton's undeniable talent, contributed to the immense success of Here You Come Again. It marked a pivotal moment in Parton's career as she transcended into a crossover talent, making her presence felt on the pop scene.
Like this when you were a kid?
Not quite.
I mean, you didn't have the blonde wig, but when you went into school, when you were 11, 12, 13.
The potential success of this strategic move might have been jeopardized had Walters succeeded in undermining Parton's career during the interview. From the onset of the interview, it was evident that Barbara Walters had a singular objective: to portray Dolly Parton as a fool before a national audience. Rather than delving into questions about Parton's songwriting skills or vocal talent, Walters opted for a series of low blows throughout the conversation. Despite the intent to paint Parton as foolish and lacking wit, the outcome was quite the opposite. The tables turned, revealing Walters as the one who appeared foolish due to the questionable line of questioning.
Proud people. People with a lot of class. It was country class, but it was a great deal of class. And most of my people were not that educated.
You don't have to look like this. You're very beautiful. You don't have to wear the blonde wigs. You don't have to wear the extreme clothes, right? Walters asked Parton. It's certainly a choice, Parton replied. I don't like to be like everybody else. I would never stoop so low to be fashionable. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. When questioning Parton's looks did not give Walters the answer she wanted, she tried to belittle the Jolene singer by making her feel like the life she was living was a joke. Do you feel like you're a joke? Like people make fun of you? Right on cue, Parton answers like a pro, saying, "Oh, I know they make fun of me, but all these years the people have thought a joke was on me, but it's actually on them," Parton explained. I am sure of myself as a person. I am sure of my talent. I'm sure of my love for life and that sort of thing. I am very content. I like the kind of person that I am, so I can afford to piddle around and diddle around with makeup and clothes and stuff because I am secure with myself. While Walters would ask questions about whether Parton's body was real or a result of having plastic surgery and other questions that were just downright inexcusable, it was perhaps asking if Parton was a hillbilly that ranked in the most despicable comments of the interview. "Dolly, where I come from, would I have called you a hillbilly?" Walters asked. "If you had have, it would have been something very natural," Dolly said with a laugh, "but I would have probably kicked your shins." Barbara Walters not only fell short in her attempt to diminish Dolly Parton, reducing her to a mere caricature of a blonde wig with lots of makeup, but she inadvertently enhanced Parton's appeal to the masses. Parton's popularity soared to new heights as a result. Her adept handling of the interview questions not only left her more beloved by her existing fans, but also garnered new admirers. In gracefully putting Walters in her place, Parton demonstrated the same dignity and grace that the world has come to associate with her. For existing fans within the country world, this interview deepened their affection for her, while newcomers instantly became lifelong admirers. Even today, fans rally to Parton's defense whenever this interview is revisited, underscoring the lasting impact of her poise and authenticity. Barbara Walters is the least classy person in this interview, one Reddit user said. Dolly is a gem, a second user commented. Nothing but respect for Dolly Parton in everything. She is a national treasure. Every single question was from a disparaging, pointed attack on Parton's character, a third Reddit user stated. Yet to me, Walters has always been an obvious joke of a mouthpiece, just a constant fountain of lies and narrative-twisting BS. Undoubtedly, Parton has carved out a prominent reputation for herself over the past few decades. Despite numerous interviews, any one of which could have left her jaded, she skillfully turned the tables, endearing herself even more to her audience. This is precisely why Parton's fan base spans a diverse range of individuals, all united in their unwavering support for her, whether it involves rectifying past injustices or standing by her side in the face of any future challenges. Moreover, in 1977, Dolly Parton engaged in an interview with Barbara Walters while in the midst of transitioning into the pop charts to enhance her star power. Despite Parton's numerous interviews during this period, including the one with Walters, she received warnings from those close to her not to proceed. Parton has openly discussed her positive experiences with late-night hosts, but there was apprehension about Walters within her inner circle. Nevertheless, Parton did not find Walters particularly intimidating. When I decided to do my first Barbara Walters special, a lot of people warned, "Oh, you're crazy to do that. She'll chew you up and spit you out," Parton wrote in her book, Dolly, My Life and Other Unfinished Business. Nothing could have been further from the truth. Barbara is a very insightful person. Once she realized I was real, that my insides weren't as phony as my outsides, she got completely into it. Parton joked that she thought Walters might not have taken her entirely seriously. Still, she was happy she got to say her piece. "I told Barbara Walters during that first special that I wanted to be a superstar," she wrote. "I'm sure a lot of people thought I was full of it. I think Barbara was even humoring me a little bit. But when I look back at it, everything that I told her came true. I never doubted any of it myself, from the time I was a dreamy little kid." I guess that is the definition of faith. She believed that this incident allowed viewers to get to know her personality. "Before that special, I think a lot of people were curious about me but didn't quite know what to think," she wrote. "Just like Barbara, they found out I was real and took me into their hearts." Because of this, Parton said that she would always appreciate Walters. "That special did incredible things for me, and I have gone back to do others," she wrote. "Barbara and I have always had a mutual respect and admiration, and I'm sure that will continue." However, this thing developed a negative aspect for Barbara, and there are many incidents where she behaved questionable. In 2014, Barbara Walters made headlines for defending Woody Allen in the midst of resurfaced allegations. This recent criticism coincides with reports that emerged a month ago, describing the former 20 to 20 inches host as forgetful, apprehensive about falling, and leading a more isolated life. Her rep, Cindy Berger, told Fox News at the time that the reports were false, adding, "I see Barbara every 2-3 weeks and she's fine. I'm actually seeing her next week for tea." In a different interview with Brooke Shields when she was just 15 years old, Barbara Walters asked the young model a range of invasive questions, including inquiries about her measurements and whether she kept secrets from her mother, who was present during the interview. Walters even went as far as physically comparing herself to the teenager and questioning if she had plans to become a mother in the future.
Take your mother or someone, an adult with you.
You'd believe me how we can get into movies. All my friends have IDs.
Exactly, and that's the point, is...
Expressing her discomfort, Shields found the situation perplexing and stated in an interview, "It's practically criminal. It's not journalism." Barbara Walters, known for her assertive interviewing style, faced backlash in 2000 for repeatedly questioning Ricky Martin about his S orientation. The singer felt violated by the experience. In a 2000 interview during the height of Martin's fame with the success of Livin' La Vida Loca, Walters persistently inquired about persistent rumors regarding his S orientation. Despite Martin consistently denying the rumors, Walters continued probing the topic, drawing criticism for her approach. Moreover, these days, Oprah Winfrey is also all over the news for the terrible things she's doing in the media business. And Dave is said to have expressed his frustration with the ease with which sugar-coated personalities like Oprah can move around. Did you notice how Oprah was pointing toward Dave's downfall? Like she knew what she has did. And honestly, if we look back at the past, you will remember Oprah has been at the center of a number of controversies, from allegations that she engages in smear campaigns against her critics and sabotages their careers, to the more disturbing claims that she is involved in HT.
Legitimized the notorious Zhao Tashira, aka John of God, as a miraculous faith healer, one who could cure cancer.
And if we talk about smear campaigns against her critics, we would really like to Monique Oprah's controversy at the top. And if you don't know, let me tell you that Oprah has totally ruined Monique's career, that she is allegedly now about to get homeless. And look at Oprah, who hasn't even apologized to Monique for the damage she has caused to Monique.
For 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was bully me.
But why hasn't Oprah apologized yet? Obviously because of her ego and pride. In 2009, Oprah and Tyler Perry released their Lee Daniels-directed film Precious to the world. The makers of the film made the decision to send Monique on a publicity tour in order to capitalize on the enthusiasm produced by the media as a direct result of the positive critical reception the movie garnered. She said, "I had no idea I'd been blackballed because I don't think that Hollywood has turned its nose up to me," said the actor, suggesting someone had decided to teach Monique a lesson because she's not playing the game. And you know what, the thing that left me in awe was that Monique literally said that Oprah was making unreasonable demands during their movie campaigns. This is what Monique said. "We were out on the campaign and she was making unreasonable demands. And this is where reverse racism, I think, happens." After that, Lee Daniels allegedly made threats against Monique, telling her that she would face something ugly. Lee was taking Oprah's side, but after some time, Monique revealed that Lee said some strange things about Oprah. Monique said, "I think that those are feelings that Mr. Daniels is having." He said, "You know, Monique, she didn't thank the producers at the Oscars. She didn't thank the studio, and that's just not things that you do." This makes me hypothesize that Oprah is also not good to the junior artist or the staff that are usually present during the movie. It would appear that the general public has long suspected that Oprah is hiding something. One person said, "The evil people often disguise themselves by doing good in the public eye, but while the cameras are off, they do the most horrific things." And another person said, "I've thought she was corrupt ever since she came into media existence. She was put into power as a person of disruption in society." Well, this was just a little chunk of Oprah's hidden, gruesome activities. Monique has been quite outspoken about the fact that nobody believed her when she informed them that she had been bullied by her older brother Gerald when she was 11 years old. The two stopped talking after Gerald was convicted of harassing another woman and sentenced to 12 years in prison. And in 2010, Gerald accepted an invitation from Oprah to appear on her show. Oprah even made an effort to bring along Monique. Monique told Oprah she wouldn't appear on the show even if her brother asked to appear. Oprah shocked Monique by inviting not just Gerald, but also their two parents, who had minimized the ordeal she went through prior to the show.
Did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her, and for that I apologize.
Monique was devastated, but Oprah ignored her attempts to comfort her. After seeing Oprah for the first time in Hollywood, Monique was skeptical of Oprah's claim that she didn't know Gerald was bringing her family. As Monique explained in an interview, she then said, "Do you want to come on the show because he wants to apologize to you?" I said, "Oprah, I don't want no part of that." Not only this, Oprah has been hit with serious charges of tea and enabling from well-known investors like Jeffrey Epstein, the SO, and Harvey Weinstein. Several famous people have come forward to accuse Oprah of covering up for Harvey Weinstein, and one of them is Rose McGowan. Oprah, according to Rose, made a mistake in selecting Russell Simmons and Harvey Weinstein as pals. Rose tweeted, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' sick victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come. #Lizard. Another person who spoke against Oprah is singer Seal. He also accused Oprah of facilitating Jeffrey and Harvey. The nature of Oprah's allegedly purported relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is currently shrouded in a great deal of mystery. As can be seen from the conversation that has taken place online, many people are under the impression that Oprah was involved in Epstein's choice of victims. There was even the possibility that the Floridian residents who accused Oprah of being a part of an organization that dealt with HT were right in their assertions. Later on, however, Oprah disproved all of these rumors that were circulating on Twitter, saying, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested," she wrote. "Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody." Despite this, the mystery persisted when Oprah was associated with John of God, a Brazilian self-proclaimed medium who was previously convicted of a felony. John was caught after years of running a spiritual healing center in Brazil. He was later found guilty of abusing many women and sentenced to 63 years in jail for his crimes. When John appeared on Oprah Winfrey's show and she traveled to Brazil to meet him before he was arrested, Oprah Winfrey claimed to have had a profound experience during their conversation.
I wasn't sure would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera.
Who would have thought that Oprah and Barbra could do things like these? Well, Corey and Dave are so genuine and not a seller like some people in this industry, so everybody seems to be believing them. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.